Welcome back to NOP. We're in Yosemite Valley National Park. Because we're here in this awesome place, we wanted to talk a little bit about adventuring and the apps and the websites that we go to use those things. When navigating, primarily for us, we use Google Maps. We do that because I have Android Auto in the truck and I can just plug it right in. It comes right up on the screen. It's real easy to follow. It has some downsides.
Little back road Arkansas driving.
GPS took us on the craziest back roads.
Residential 25 mile an hour, like tight, super narrow roads with the rig here.
With the low power lines.
With in branches.
It has some upsides. You can't plug the rig in to say how big or wide you are, but it's always up to date. Plus you get the traffic and you can search things along it as well. So like for gas stations and that kind of stuff. That's why I like it. On that same note, one of the apps that I use a lot to manage my fuel is an app called Fuelio. Really good. You can plug in like how much the gas costs, how many miles are on, and it will calculate your gas mileage. You can also take a picture of the receipt right there in the app. So if you need that for tax purposes or mileage purposes for your job, if you're a travel somebody like me, then that's really handy because all those things are categorized right there.
Yosemite little cubs. This is Chloe's. It fell off. I picked it up. When we are RVing, I usually plan where we're going to stay, and there's several different things that I use. A couple of them are websites and a couple of them are apps. So the websites that I usually go to, the first one I always check is freecampsites.net. That one will tell me any place that we can park our rig for free, and it's usually dry camping, but sometimes they have really inexpensive places where we found this really great gym along the way to one of our routes that was absolutely free, and it even had electric hookups. We found that off of freecampsites.net. The next one is Campendium. Campendium is also great because you can find not only free campsites, but also cheap, inexpensive campsites to stay at as well. So I like to use that. It's also a website. A lot of people use the app Allstays. I'm an Android user, so I don't have that app. It's only available on iPhone, and they need to get their act together because if it's really that awesome, it should be available for Android also. They do have a website. I don't really like their website. To me, it's just not user-friendly.
Hard to use on mobile.
It's hard to use on mobile, so I don't use it. But it's a good one to check out. Finally, we like to do a lot of BLM free camping, and the BLM website is terrible. Don't go there to look for where to stay. Instead, you can check out this link that somebody gave me. I'm going to put it in our description below because it is a great app that you can kind of zoom in and see if you are staying on BLM land. And if you ever have a question, you definitely can check out the BLM office and just give them a call and double check. But if you have any other ideas on the best places that we should be looking for RV sites, totally leave us a comment below.
Looking at climbing destinations inside of Yosemite National Park. I'm on Mountain Project right now, and one of the really great things about this app is that you can download all of the information for the trail and the climb, even pictures and that kind of stuff before you go there, because a lot of these areas don't have service. So it's super handy to go on there first, download the information so that when you're at the base of the route, you can see what you want to see and have all your information right at your fingertips. Well, I like all of the REI project apps. For mountain climbing, probably the most well-known is Mountain Project, and that's where you're going to find most of your climbing routes, information on all those climbing routes, places to get to those areas, those kind of things. On that same note, there's Mountain Bike Project, essentially the same thing. That's going to be trails, that's going to be, how to get to them, ratings, reviews, those kind of things. There is Hiking Project, same kind of thing. Hiking Project is good, but Kristen also likes another one called All Trails. And All Trails is a little bit more in depth. It will have places that are really good for mountain biking, places that are good for hiking. It has paved trails, things like that, Trail or Hiking Project doesn't have. So a little bit more in depth, but still both of them are really, really good apps. While we're out on some of those awesome trails, one of the things that we love to do is geocache. If you have been following us for a while, you know that we really love to do that. There's a video that you can check out up here about some of our geocaching adventures. But geocaching.com has an app that we use, and it is really easy, very intuitive. You can do it on your cell phone.
It's a great way to get to know your area.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or new areas. Okay, last but not least here, we've got honorable mentions. The Starbucks app. You guys, you have to have it. Renown, where I'm at right now in my nursing contract, is ruining me because there's a Starbucks in the hospital. And so I downloaded the app because you get like reward points and that kind of stuff. But it is a great app in terms of finding them because they're all over the place, right? And you can look on the map where to find them, and you can even order ahead and pay for it. So you just have to walk in the door and pick it up. But yeah, honorable mention, Starbucks app.
We can't talk about apps without YouTube. Make sure you get the YouTube app so that you can watch all of our videos from your phone. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos so that you can follow along on our crazy adventure. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.